Hello, back in my basement. It's been 4 years since I posted a video about the basement alone. Long time since I even posted a video, but I gotta get my YouTube running because I wanna share the information that I have. So I'm making this because a customer, a new client just called, and they had the classic cloudy water syndrome on their new aquarium. Now, one thing I always told new employees when I worked at an actual fish store was, when you ask a customer how long their aquarium was set up, they might give you the wrong answer. Not because they don't know what they're talking about, but because they don't know what you're exactly asking. So this was a classic one. Customer called on the phone and they go, how long has your fish tank been set up for? And they told me 2 months. And then I go, hold it, gotta revert back to my fish store days. How long have you had fish in this fish tank? 3 weeks. So the fish tank has only been set up 3 weeks. Now she went to a big box pet store. I'm not gonna name names, but it is an actual pet supply store, so not a Walmart big box store. And she was sold fancy goldfish for a 40-gallon tank, and I believe there was at least 7 of them to cycle a tank. Personally, I would never recommend fancy goldfish to cycle a new aquarium, especially for a new hobbyist. Definitely wouldn't recommend 7 and only 40 gallons. I haven't been out there yet. She sent me a picture. Yes, the tank is definitely the classic gray, cloudy, new cycle, probably overfeeding. Someone also sold her Koi catfish to clean the tank. Let me put this as bluntly as I can. Actually, I can probably do more bluntly. There is no such thing as a fish that will clean your tank. All fish eat food. If you want to clean your tank, feed less. And that's probably one of the biggest tips to any new hobbyist is to feed less. You don't have to feed fish every day, especially during the break-in period. I would say 5 to 6 times a day is enough because they can be a little bit hungry and survive. If they're perfectly fed, they're probably going to be okay if you choose the right number and the right type of fish for the cycle. Or you can overfeed and your fish will have enough food, but your tank will definitely get that gray cloudiness. So I'm going out to this client's tank tomorrow in the morning so that I can bring out some live bacteria from the one tank I do have set up, which isn't in my basement. Surprise, it's in my garage, which I insulated over the winter to keep some of my guppies that I bred outdoors last year alive. And even in Wisconsin, I was able to keep them alive over the winter in an unheated garage in a tank where I just insulated all the sides of the tank. So tomorrow when I go out to this tank, I have to explain to the customer, and I'm gonna have her watch this video tonight. I can't clear up the gray cloudiness. What's going to happen is I can do a small water change, reduce the ammonia a little bit, make the fish happier a little bit, and introduce my bacteria from my tank. And then what will happen is it will go away naturally on its own over the coming weeks and days. So the bacteria boost I'm just gonna add some sponge filter material that's been in my tank for a while now, and just put it in her tank and just let it float around or sink down to the bottom. So that's what I wanted to tell you about a fish tank maintenance business and helping people. She was also sold the bacteria in a bottle, and I told her I would not sell that to anyone. Not that it doesn't work, it's the fact that it doesn't work often enough, and it doesn't help you enough for what you pay for it. I mean, if it was only a penny, then I would say, yeah, that's a good price for it. If you're already at the store, wouldn't make a special trip out for it. But because it's more than a penny, and that there's a better option, just getting live bacteria from a dirty filter cartridge, or I know some stores even dose ammonia into like a chamber with bio balls and a pump running through them. That is a good way to get live bacteria. Having a bottle that sits on the shelf, you take it home, you pour in your fish tank, and that's gonna cure your problems. That's, I think, the definition of magic beans. So, as you can see, my basement is getting closer. It's only 4 years, Everything takes time. Got to be patient, just like in the fish hobby. And this fish tank be one of my first projects that I'll put on YouTube. All right, thank you very much, and keep your arms wet.